Hello! Welcome to today's lesson on the Dalton Model and the Plum Pudding Model.
Hi, I'm John Dalton, a scientist from the early 19th century. Today we will explore my solid sphere model of the atom, which I devised in 1803. We'll see how my model was later replaced by Thomson's Plum Pudding Model of the atom in 1904.
In today's lesson, we will understand John Dalton's solid sphere model of the atom. Then we will explore how JJ Thompson proposed a new model of the atom in 1904 known as the Plum Pudding Model. Let's get started. Let's look at the role of the Dalton model in the history of the atomic model. Before the late 19th century, scientists believed atoms to be indivisible particles, essentially tiny solid spheres without any internal structure. This idea was part of the Dalton model for atomic structure, named after John Dalton, who was among the first to describe all matter in terms of atoms. However, this notion was challenged in 1897 by JJ Thompson's groundbreaking experiments on the conduction of electricity through gases.
I discovered that atoms contained even smaller, negatively charged particles, later known as electrons. This discovery provided the first evidence that atoms were not, in fact, indivisible, but had an internal structure containing these subatomic particles.
This new experimental evidence forced a significant shift in the scientific understanding of atomic structure. Then, in 1904, to incorporate the discovery of the electron, JJ Thompson proposed a new model of the atom known as the Plum Pudding Model. According to this model, an atom consists of a positively charged sphere or pudding with negatively charged electrons or plums embedded within it, much like raisins in a pudding. For instance, imagine a dessert where small bits, the electrons, are scattered within a larger positively charged mass. The diagram of the Plum Pudding Model shows this arrangement clearly, with electrons spread throughout a uniform positive charge. Let's consider some further knowledge about the atomic model. You may have noticed that we have not mentioned the nuclear model in this section, which has been the model we use in this course for describing atomic structure. That's because the nuclear model emerged later in history as a more accurate alternative to the Plum Pudding Model. However, we hope to show that different models for atomic structure can and do exist. And if you continue to study physics, you will learn about other, more advanced and more accurate models for describing atomic structure beyond the nuclear model. To summarize, we have discussed John Dalton's early concept of atoms as indivisible particles. This idea was widely accepted until the discovery of the electron by JJ Thompson in 1897, which confirmed that atoms were not indivisible, prompting a change in the scientific model of the atom. This was formalized in the Plum Pudding Model, which found that an atom consists of a positively charged sphere with negatively charged electrons or embedded within it. See you in our next lesson, where we'll learn of Rutherford's scientific advancement.